Video number 8, Holmes. Alright guys, so welcome back to another one. Today we are going to start on video number 8. So last video you saw the bodywork, the wrapping up, the finaling, everything we needed to do. I ended up spraying 4 coats or so of high build on this. Definitely it needed it. Accidentally mixed a little too much. I didn't mix enough, so then I mixed a little bit more and it ended up being too much. Didn't want to waste it. It's not going to hurt it. The car really did need it. I was using a 1/8 tip, but to me it seemed like it was still going on pretty thin. So by the time I got to the 4th coat, it started looking the way I wanted it to. There was some heavy scratching. Of course, I had primered this with over 80 grit. I was going to go ahead and do it over the 180, but I wanted more of a bite. So I decided to just hammer it over the 80. I laid 4 really good coats on it, and it feels really good. She came out very clean, but it still needs a lot of work. So you can still see scratch marks, which a lot of that will come out with the blocking. This needs some defining here. I'm going to go through this car. I got a sag there. But see this line here? Disappears right here. So somewhere this needs to be sanded more. Or you know what? Yeah, it needs sanding here. And this gump here is all... Yep, and right there. Stuff like this, guys, in there is things that need to be done. And then it needs to be seam sealed in that little joint anyway. Just define, I guess. Defining things is what I'm trying to get at. You know, here, mud hung over, drank too much. Some spots, some low spots here. Definitely up in here wasn't sanded far enough, which I knew that, but I couldn't figure out how far to sand it because of this dip. So I wanted to define it now. Pinholes. Excess Bondo, same in there, needs to be cleaned and seam sealed. And this side was rough. This side was rough. So I need to finger these holes real quick. Yep, get dirty. And then it's pretty much it. These door jambs came out really good, except I don't like the spot welds, so I'm gonna fix those. Couple dings here that I didn't work out, and this door jamb should be pretty good. I did the other side and it came out really nice. Everything else seems to be good. There's just imperfections, guys. This is part of the whole bodywork process. Look at this job. That's how I like them, nice and clean. I gotta fix that little pinhole in this here. There's a low one here, a couple little pinholes, a couple things, but all this gets worked out, all of it. So it's been sitting here for 2 days. Today I may work on this a little bit. I might just guide coat it. But here's the deal. I need to start working on that hood. So I'm going to unstrap this car, get it fired up, push it outside in the front, let it sit, and even though it's cold, at least there's some sun. I'm going to let it sit, let it do its thing. I'm going to work on that hood. And when I get that hood tweaked where I need it, I'm going to have to do this without the fenders or without anything else. So I'm going to try something that I just kind of made sense to me in my brain. I'm going to tweak the hood, strip it down, get it in epoxy, get it in high build all at one time to catch up to the car. But so here's the thing, when we put that hood on, it was twisted. It was twisted. And one side in the inner structure had some slits, like someone cut it and booger welded the piss out of it. It looks like shit. So I'm going to put it on a stand, and I'm going to take measurements from all 4 corners. And whatever corner sits high, you know, if that corner on the high side is the side that's been cut, well, I'm going to recut it and bring it back down to the same length as the other side. If it's the low side, well then I'm gonna cut it and hire it. So at least it'll get us in the ballpark. I'll tack it in place, primer everything on the upper half, clean the bottom half, and then when we put this thing together, at least the top of it is ready for paint. So then the bottom half, we'll just tweak it where we need it. I'll finish stitch welding it. We'll do the metal finish. We'll primer the bottom of it, and then we'll be able to spray it. So I need to get ahead of the game here. I'm not Let's get into video number 8, because that's probably why I don't get no subscribers, because I yap too much. So welcome back to video number 8, guys. We're at it. So video 7 will post tomorrow. The last video of the cross will post today. And we've been at it in here. I need to go out there, take the lights down, get rid of all this Christmas stuff right now. Shouldn't take me very long. I'm going to do a little work on the Monte today for video number 8, and I'm also going to work on my 36. It's a nice day today. It's not raining, it's not wet, it's not windy. It's a little cold, but the sun's out. So I got my buddy Hoser coming over, and he's going to help me out. We're going to try to get this damn body off the frame so I can get it over to Jason. So anyways, video number 8. We're stripping this hood finally. I figured out what was wrong with it. It was tweaked here, and that's the reason why one side was higher than the other. This inner structure right here was cut out. Now I know why. There was about a half a pound of Bondo on this hood. So I am going to cut that section out again because it's booger welded in there. And this piece here, I'm going to hammer and dolly it and heat shrink it. And try to get this contour back. So I need to make a template from that side, the flow, and make sure that this does the same. Because that curves really nice, and this has just a hard dip right here. I said dip, they're not the other word. That back corner was higher than that one by a 1/4 inch. So I smacked them down and dollied everything to get them the same. I have this on a stand which I measured to make sure, and then I went through and I measured every corner to see which one was what was wrong with it, and I was able to kind of tweak it back just enough. So now if I can get it close enough when we put the fenders back on and lay this hood down, at least if we have to tweak it, we could just tweak it a little bit. It won't be so drastic, but in the meantime, I'm trying to tweak it decent, strip it down. This stuff had so much paint and so much Bondo on it. I used freaking aircraft stripper on this thing. and it danced all over this hood, butt naked cheeks, glitter everywhere, smelling like freaking tuna, like a fish factory. And guess what? Didn't do the job. Yeah, this was stripped. Some of it was stripped with that, and some little portions of it were stripped with the aircraft stripper, and I still had to go over it with that. This side I only did with aircraft stripper, and look at that shit. That's insane, dude. This is all Bondo. All of it. And then it's had 2 or 3 paint jobs on it, but I just noticed there's a... I guess not, it's just a reflection. I thought there was a huge dent right there. I was like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, so owner's coming by tomorrow to verify his paint color one more time. Take a look at him. And I'm sure he wants to check out the car and see how it looks. But I'm going to show him his hood. I know he knows what it looks like. But, I mean, now that it's stripped down, now he's really going to know what it looks like. But other than that, guys, well, we're still on the hood, guys. So, hood is completely naked. Yep, stripped, tits up. Yep, it's completely stripped. But I gotta show you the mess on the other side. There's a lot of Bondo on this thing. So, owner came by, picked a color. We're going Sonic Blue is the color that we decided for it. Metallic, very pretty color. So anyways, let me get where I'm at. I already started working. I've been out here for a little bit. There was a big crease here, a shit ton of Bondo here, a big crease here, and this whole piece was just caved in completely. It was caved in so bad that nothing was going to pull it out. I couldn't even pull it out. I couldn't even get this inner skin. I tried smacking that. It didn't work. So I was able to drill a little hole in it and pull most of it out, and then I welded the hole shut. And then everything else that was low, I just welded and tacked around it until I had enough metal in there to grind flat and at least get to a point where now I can skim it and define it. So we're way better now. I still may add a little welds, a little bit more here, and define it more because it's kind of a little dip. But it's going to be such a minimal amount of mud now compared to the way it was. I really wish I had took a picture of it. It was horrible. Wait till you see the freaking other side. So, as you can tell, you can probably imagine how the other side would look if this is the way this was welded in here. This literally looks like I freaking farted and shit my pants and then threw up on top of it. Look, no structure, nada. This thing is not even welded. So I'm going to cut this out because I need to hammer and dolly the other side of this. And of course we're going to clean it up and put it back in the right way. But the other side has some pretty significant dents in it. They're pretty deep, like someone smacked it with a freaking pinpoint hammer. Probably because it was oil canning and they didn't know how to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to hammer and dolly this thing. I'm going to heat shrink it and get it tight again, like my nalgas. And then this thing here has got some rips in it. So of course the hood has some flex, you know, from a peak. I guess you should say like a peak. I can't do it with one hand on the camera, bro. You know what I mean? Basically, it's my fingers are touching and it does this shit. It teeter-totters. There you go. So it has some flex in it because this is obviously cracked all the way down both sides. And this is where it bolts. So every time you go to close it, the front of the hood pinches. It like clamshells. I could have just done that the whole time. Some days, bro. Some days. That's what I get for going to West Mesa. But anyway, I mean, other than that, the hood's not that bad. It's just that one corner that was... Of course, this is cracked right here where the bolt goes. So I'm going to have to weld that too. Let's see here. Yeah. This is all cracked here too. This side wasn't bad other than those cracks, but that is just a mess. So we're going to go ahead and try to fix this mess real quick. And then I'll go through and I'll sand all the inside of the hood. And we'll get that thing some primer. Yay. Catch you guys here in a minute. Alright guys, so basically what happened is I cut that little inner structure out like I showed you, that little chunk over there, and now I was able to dolly it a little bit, and then I don't have any, it's called dicum. It's a blue dye that you put on metal, and it's kind of expensive actually, but then you sand the metal with a really gritty paper. It's like 40 grit. And same process as doing it with a guide coat out there and a block with primer. So in this case, sorry, I've been drinking beer. In this case, it's metal. You know, you're scratching the metal rather than the primer. And that's what it's going to look like. So now you can see how really shitty this hood is right here. Before I sanded this, I couldn't figure out where the hell I needed to dolly. I was dollying out all the little low dings that I could see, which I got most of them out, but there's still a bunch in there. But now, once I sanded it, look at how bad these dents are. Now it makes sense why there's such a big old, like a waterfall here. There's a dent there. This is high or low. This is low. That's low. That's low. This is high. And you can feel that big lump right there. So now I'm going to dolly this out and try to get all this flat and this low. So this could just be too high. This could just be really low. So I'm going to dolly these up and dolly this up and this out, and then I'm going to hit this down just a little bit because it's got some low spots in the high spots. So in that case, you know, it's kind of all over the place. So I'm going to just kind of start off on this edge and dolly my way through, dolly around these and pull them in, and dolly, you know, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Trial and error, guys. Sometimes I struggle myself. Alright guys, well, last night was a long one. We got far and it looks a hell of a lot better. But as you can tell, look at this mess. I was so worn out last night. By the time I finished, I didn't even want to mess around. So what I ended up doing is me and a friend of mine took the hood and we placed it on those two wheel ramps, all four of them, and we put it exactly on the ramp on both sides, on the front exactly, so we knew that everything sat flush and level. And then we took some measurements. So once we took a measurement, the passenger side, which was the damaged side, was actually a ½ inch higher. So what I did was, since that piece was already cut out of it, is She sat on that side, I got on this side, and I was able to slightly step on the corner to bend it down, and then we took another measurement, and sure enough, it's the same. Now we're good. We're both exact on the side, so the hood is now back to being level. Now, what I ended up doing after the fact was that big mess that I had. I welded up some stuff here because these were really bad. I welded those up. I need to define that crease a little better, but look at this. It's not so bad. It's wavier than shit, but it's not as bad. There's still kind of a big bulge right here, and it's just, I need to work on it a little bit more today. Wow. But for right now, guys, I mean, that is totally skimmable. I mean, a little bit more dolly work and we'll be able to at least skim it. But it looks a hell of a lot better than it did, I'll tell you. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on this thing, and I'll kick you guys back on when I start flowing this out, because I'm going to go ahead and skim the whole thing and start blocking it flat. And I need to weld that brace in, and I'll put you guys on a time lapse for that. Alright guys, well, this thing is, whoever welded this, yeah. There's a whole can of chinga tu madre over there. So now Daddy's got to fix it. So, basically, I'm going to have to stitch, bend, because it's all over the place. And the gap is about as big as a stripper's butt crack. So, here we go. Let's start off with trying to level this top piece and the side out first. Give that a little, well, that's another thing that sucks, is that the gapping here is so bad. She's gapped, guys. She is gapped. Can't even like have a happy medium here. Let's try that one. Why do I feel like I'm out of gas? Maybe because it wasn't even on. Shit, and I'm out of gas. Damn, dude, this is bad. I'm really gonna have to finagle this one. guys, forgot to turn the camera on to show you my welds, but I was able to weld that entire bracket in. Yeah, I had to bridge some gaps, but hey, you know, shit happens. I guess I could have always made a little strip of metal to weld in there. I wasn't going to do it. I just took my time. I bridged the gaps. I need to turn it around and finish grinding the welds flat. I didn't even mess with it because I wanted to get a little further today. So now what I'm going to do from this point is I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and start putting my, what do you call that shit? My filler right here. I'm going to put some filler over this and start getting this thing kind of back in order. I mean, there's a lot of waves and things in this panel, but a lot of it's not that bad. I mean, I need to go over some of this, but yeah, see, there's some dents and stuff here. I'm going to just put some minor filler, peak here, kind of just go through it. You know, there's a couple dings here, like there's a ding there, a couple little here. I'm going to go through and do that real quick, kind of get this thing cleaned up. I ordered me 2 gallons of epoxy, and I don't know when it's going to be here, so that's why I figured I would just start doing my filler work on the, right now I cleaned it really good, and it's good to go. So the metal's prepped pretty decent. I need to go over it with the sander a little bit and take some more of this black paint off of there. But other than that, the metal's pretty much prepped good enough. So I'm going to go over the whole panel real quick again with some 80 grit. I'm going to wipe it down real good again, and then I'm going to start my body work. And we're going to just do body work on this hood straight over the metal. And then when the epoxy comes in, I'll epoxy it, and then we'll high build it, and we'll go from there. So for now, let me put you on another time lapse. I got this whole hood down. I did it in 40 grit instead. We cleaned it up, did a little bit more work on this little spot here. Cleaned all those little louvers, and they're really good. I still got to work on this lip, but I think I can get that with a wire wheel. But other than that, good enough for now. Let's start spreading some stuff. I got to get going. So I need to spread this hood out. I have not decided whether I'm going to spread the whole thing or not. I feel like I should, but then it does not feel bad. So I think what I'm going to do, I know what I'm going to do. Yeah. All right. What's up, SS? All right. We worked all day today. All day, of course, we worked on the hood. We got a lot of stuff done. I just cooked, me and my family, a bomb-ass ribeye on my charcoal grill with some shrimp. We had some bomb-ass freaking whiskey. And I didn't smoke a cigar. It's pretty much the last thing left. But I did fire up my hot tub for once. But, yeah. Oh, I gotta lay off the stogies for a minute. Like, I've been smoking a lot lately. So, you know, I'm gonna have to, like, kind of smoke one and wait a little while and smoke another one later. You know, kind of laying off the drinking too a little bit. You know, I don't drink a lot, but some days you just feel like, man, I kind of been drinking a lot. So anyway, guys, back to the video. We are at video number 8 still. I don't know when I'm going to end this video. I got a lot of footage on little crap, but at the same time, look at how nice this hood came out. So today I completely, well, we already stripped it, obviously. I welded up the bottom, got that to look cherry. I still need to grind the welds flush, but the hood, we leveled it. We did everything to it. It's clean, it's sanded, and look at this now. Boom. we got the fiberglass. So I just glassed just the little dings and dents that I could see within the light. Everything that I did not glass, I rubbed down this thing and rubbed it and finessed it and touched it, and yeah. Freaking cochino, eh? No, I checked this hood out, you know, like with that eye. What's up? You from the hood? Hood rat? Just kidding. Nah. So we cleaned it up. Everything's good. I skimmed little areas that I did see imperfections. You know, Mr. Peak, we got to re-peak that sucker. There was a little one here. Just a couple little dingers here and there that I could see. Everything else, all these little stuff, that shit'll get buried. And when we block this flat, that shit's gone. But it was the things that stood out. When I looked at it in the light and I could see a little dinger, yeah, that got filled. We're going to make sure this line is completely straight. So I am going to run me a nice tape line from here to there. And I'll block one side. And then we'll flip the line to the other side. And I'll block the other side. So we get a nice straight crease. I'll do the same here on the peak. Run it right down the peak, down the center. And I'll block it and block it. And do the same on this side. That way we get nice, straight, crisp lines. So goal is for tomorrow, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to sand this hood and finish off the little things that I got left on it. Let's see here. I don't know why I see like a different. That's just the light. Oh, dang, look at that shit. So anyway, oh yeah, it's just the light. So I'm going to come out here tomorrow, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and sand this down, block it the way I want, and as soon as that epoxy comes in, I'm going to nail it right on this sucker. Whatever, eh? I'll catch you guys in the morning. So, here we are. So we wrapped up the hood. We got the hood completely body worked out. I welded that piece in. The only thing I got left to do on it is sand the bottom of it and clean up those welds on the inner structure of it. And then probably add a little filler here and there on the bottom piece. And then from there, when we get that epoxy in, we're going to go ahead and epoxy it. So I was able to pull the car back in and we started working on everything on the car. So where I left off now, let's see here. There we go. Yeah, so basically where I'm leaving off is I've already blocked this thing out with 180 and I still had to go over some more damn imperfections, and this is the last of it. So I kind of put it on a little too heavy, but I'm going to block all that back off anyways. But I just wanted to make sure that I got it this last time, so I'm not messing with it any further. But I just need to block all this stuff flat once again, just like I did up here. I have a few little things here and there, but I've already fixed all these up here, around in here, in the crease, down this rail is all been done. So pretty much, guys, I'm just going to knock this out, and then I'm going to switch tape lines. That tape line will go on the top. This one will come in, and then I'll block out that section and the bottom section. And then I will also do this rocker. So that's where we are. On both sides are the same right now. I'm gonna, of course, have to do this separate and then that separate because I need that body line to be just right when I block it. So that's why I'm doing it like that. The top, done, cherry. We still need to do this little section here and this section back here. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna re-prime this whole quarter probably, and then just spot prime that and this top part, and across the back I'll just spot prime. But this quarter will probably get a full round of primer. So I've already blocked this out with guide coat 2 times. with 180. And it took a lot off of there. So good thing I did put the 4 coats of primer when we started this whole process, because yeah, let me turn around this way. But yeah, see here, I still got to fill all these and block those flat. Little dings and little chips and little imperfections all the way around the car. Little areas, see, like this stuff here, it's very minimal. I mean, if I was to put some heavy primer on it, it'd probably just fill it. But I like to just skim it real light with the skim coat, block it flat, and then I'll just re-prime it. I gotta hit this in, that's a little high spot. But look, it's just minor little things left. Same thing here. Little tiny, you know, real light. I put L for put it real light. Here was a little bit deeper, so I'll put a little heavier. And these ones that aren't marked or have a P are pinholes. So it's just very minor things, and there's a lot of them. You know, that's part of the Bondo stage. Well, I shouldn't say Bondo stage. I should say as part of the bodywork stage, because things just happen, you know. And you don't see it until you put it in primer and use guide coat. That's the guide coat's for. And then you can define it, because now you can see it. Then you got to fix it. Then you got to prime it. It's just process. But after this process right here, guys, once I re-prime it again, the spot prime and just re-prime, it's going to be pretty much at that point where I'm going to sand it with 220 with guide coat, and there should be nothing left. So I will probably be able to block this whole car down with 220, and I won't have any imperfections left in it. And then from there, the next phase is the finishing stages, you know. So with that being said, guys, what I'm going to do with this video, since I got a lot of content going on with it, wrap up video number 8. We're going to leave it here, and I'm going to start video number 9 on the last process of this sanding here. So video number 9, I'm going to go ahead and finish off blocking all this down. We'll re-prime it. We'll put it all the way through 220 block, all the way into 600 wet, and it should be ready for paint. And we will see you on the next video number 9 when we get this thing completely paint ready. Should be done by then. Cool? Alright, fellas, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.